Spirit has chosen the Four Corners spread for your general monthly reading, which lays a nice, diverse groundwork where we will be looking into the four main areas of interest that people commonly ask about in tarot: the work corner, the financial money corner, the health corner, and the ever-popular love corner. We are going to take a stroll through all four to see what Spirit wants to discuss about your month. And that is what we're going to do today. Welcome in, Aquarius. It is so good to have you here. My name is Scott Sagent. It is time to get into your Four Corners spread for March 2024. Now, we're going to actually start with your love corner. I usually save that for last, but we're diving right into it, guys. Aquarius, we're getting right in. First thing they show here, this is a very intriguing love corner, I must tell you, Aquarius, because the first thing they give me is my Hoarder's card, but it's blocked. It's inverted. In fact, your whole love corner is blocked. Let's see why. When I got my Hoarder inverted, it means the opposite definition, where it's actually saying it's actually okay to be a hoarder right now. It's actually okay to keep things in. What does that mean in regards to love? Well, to keep things business as usual. I keep things the way they are. I wouldn't try to change anything right now. Change is not the moment for Aquarius, at least not in March, not in the love corner, as it persists to everything else, as it exists, compared to the other corners. But here with them saying to keep it in too, that doesn't just affect my singles. Of course, that's obvious definition for them. But for the rest of my Aquarians, let's say you're coupled up, you're married, wherever you are along the spectrum there, they're saying here just don't change a lot of the family dynamic right now. Definitely no major decisions, like don't go buying a house. You get the idea. Okay, so keep things business as usual. They say that there's hang-ups that are happening here in the family dynamic. And of course, the love corner is not just your lover, it's anybody close to your heart, really. It's your close friends, anybody close to your heart here. Even pets can come in here. They talk about things that are just hung up. The energy has been stagnated, but it's about to get moving here. So that is probably why they want you to wait, because we want to get this thing moving here first. Whatever is unresolved needs to get resolved and taken care of. And then the juices start flowing again. And, that's when I would tell my singles, okay, go back out there, go date, all that stuff. Now, they also showed my Five of Swords also inverted, which is a good way to actually be, because that also shows the end of the fight, the end of the chaos and the war and the struggle. Things are resolving. Maybe not in March, but as March concludes, definitely then going into April. That's kind of where I have the timeline going here. So not yet, but soon this whole thing is going to get shaken, resolved, and then, the family dynamic, we can start talking about other things then. But for right now in March, that is the focus. So less is more. And if you're not sure, don't do anything at all, right? Let's get down into your health corner, guys. The first thing they talk about in health is being a strong authority with your health. They show you guys doing a good job of that. They do want you to be careful of things that you drink, such as supplements, medicines, alcohol for some people. Okay, just be careful of that. But it looks to me like everything's in well-checked balance. So let's keep it that way. Coming in good in March. They also bring in an event of some form for health. So it makes me feel like you go into like an expo for health, or learning about something that is brand new, that it's like, an event on a website or an event online or something like that, or just go into something that would improve your health. Maybe it's like a yoga class, or, something that would apply to the energy of that. Something that affects your health. Maybe a biking class, exercise biking course with like a bunch of people or something like that. All that stuff is coming in very good, just in potentiality, just laying it out there for you. All that stuff is in potential for you, looking real good. Okay, Aquarius, as we move into, let's do finance now. Work is a big one. I want to save that for last. Work is your biggest for the month of March. Now, finances, the messaging here is very intriguing to me. It's probably the best time that I need to tell you here too, because this is a very specific message. This may just be for a couple Aquarians on my list only, and maybe not for the bulk of the reading, because this is a general reading, and it doesn't hit all Aquarians the same way. You guys are all different people living different lives, going through different things, moving parts. And if you're looking for messages that are personal, private, specific only to you, I offer a wide variety of readings services on my website, scottsagent.com, from small all the way up to full service. And I can tell you from my clients, my repeat customers, which are almost all of them, that they can see a major difference in their lives. From planning and preparation standpoint, that's what gives them the ammunition to tackle the challenges that they face in life, the struggles, because nobody has a perfect year. Nobody has a perfect month. You might have a perfect day once in a while, but that's about it. And this basically just helps put you on the right path. The path of least resistance is the idea of the planning and preparation aspect of tarot. So I hope you treat yourself with a reading. ScottSagent.com. Calendar's open in March. So since this is so personal, this may just be for a couple people, but they talk about somebody's kid here using money toward the kid or toward the kids, and also a need for being very mature with your finances here too, because I have both aspects. I have the younger person with my page hanging upside down, so this is a young person who is not good financially. It could also be the other way around too, because it's a generation gap between. This could be an old person of yours who's not good with money either. Maybe a parent of yours who retired too early, and now maybe they're very low on funds, living on their Social Security, for example, something like that. It makes me feel like it's probably younger, but I like to give it to you all in a general reading. So this is a generation gap between, more than likely younger, and they show that this person's not doing very well financially, and that they need to get this turned around because they can really have a really great setup here. Really nice financial stream ahead of them because it's my 10 of Cups. It's a very great energy, joyous Disneyland energy card in the deck. I love the energy. Problem is, it's blocked. It's turned the wrong way. So we got to flip that sucker around here for them. And obviously you have a window of influence here on this person, and you can really help them turn that around. So that's what Spirit decided to talk about here. That lets me know that for everybody else, you must just be in a good position financially, or there's just not a lot of advice that's going to change things. So Spirit used that opportunity to just talk to a few of my Aquarians. Let's get up to work, guys. Now work, this is probably going to hit everybody more broad-based here because it's a big theme. My major arcana came in to tell the news. It's my Magician. The premier manifester of the universe came in here. This is the Magician, the magic of Work Corner. Work Corner, big place in people's lives too. It's not just work in the job. It is for most people, but it's also entrepreneurship, learning new things, collegiate courses, retirement if you're of that age, hobbies and interests, learning new things. All that stuff falls into the Work Corner. So they talk about here with my Magician that you can make anything out of anything in March. Really powerful, really strong. You can make your dreams come true. You can attract some wonderful stuff. We'll talk about those moon cycles next because we have a super new moon coming in March. So it is the best time to attract, to bring new things into your life. And a lot of Aquarians are trying to do new things here with work, they show. And you guys have the ability to build and design and co-create with your consciousness the life that you want to in your Work Corner. They bring in my Queen of Wands, which is my work nurturer. So they're basically saying your work needs the energy right now. In March, it's like we said, family is just business as usual. Work is calling for it. Work is like begging for the energy. Work really needs it. So get to work on your work. They show that there's a boring aspect to it here that's not very interesting to you. And you got to find something to get interested in here. And for some of you, that may let you know that you're on the wrong career path, or you're on the wrong track, or you shouldn't be working this job any longer. Because if it's boring and it's just nothing that you can get past, you can only do so much to make it entertaining. You can only listen to, so much music in your earbuds during your shift or whatever it is. We don't want that boring there. You got to find either a way that you can get interested in something with work, or you got to make a change so you can get interested in something at work. They're trying to give you a message in a bottle here with my Oracle Angel card. So they're basically throwing this out here that they are trying to get through to you. Messaging from the other side, from spirit world. Messages are being sent. So look for the signs. You're never going to see anything you're not looking for, right? So just especially as it is in regard to work, pay attention to the universal signals, things that are going on. Getting into your runestone, guys, you got one that just kind of, I think it emulates through your whole reading, your whole month. It's the rune of strength. So they're saying here to be courageous, be bold, be strong. Remember, you have all the tools. Not only do you have all the tools, but you also have all the magic tools. The Magician, that's what he has. He has all the tools of every single suit here. And you know what? You got it in control. It's good. All things good there. So remember to be strong in the month of March. Getting into your angel protection. This is something I forgot for all of my signs. I wasn't just picking on you guys, but I forgot everybody's angel oracle card last month. And I want to do this every single month for you guys for 2024. That's what I promised you. That's what I'm going to deliver, except for last month. Please forgive me for that one. But anyway, here with yours for March, it is the card of peace. Peace. So this is just that, to me, it's just that dove flying in the sky, just that meadow, that things are just, that fresh air, just like, things are good. Finding that peace, Make that be your goal. Make that be the carrot that you dangle in front of you. Finding the place of your peace, where you find peace, that relaxation, getting that monkey off your back and just being good to go. That is the big driver here with your angel protection message from the other side. And keep looking out for messages from the other side. Like I told you, they are trying to get in touch with you here with messages in a bottle. So they are passing that through. So keep on the lookout for that, guys. Let's get into those moon cycles where we're going to talk about that super new moon and end with some homily, which is a spiritual pep talk done by me. I hope you enjoy it. Okay guys, it is moon cycles forecast time. Let's talk about these lunar energies that are all around us anyways, so we can use it to our benefit, implement some positive change into your month. Well, the first thing you need to understand is whether these energies are coming in or going out. Just like the tides, the moon has control of that. In the same way, you can use it too. The first thing that hits chronologically this month is the new moon. You're going to see all the text information on your screen, any rare occurrences, as well as the date. Now, this is a target date for the new moon. It doesn't have to be done on this date, guys. I really like to bracket a few days before and a few days after to get a very powerful week where you can bring new things into your life and really manifest. If it is NEW, it's not there before, brand new, this is the best time to bring it into your life. Something new financially, maybe something new with work, new love, new health. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's new, this is the best time of the month to work on these things. Really help bring it in. Adversely, the full moon, the opposite energy, the energy going out, hits on this date on your screen. And of course, the same rules apply. It doesn't have to be done on this date. We're talking about a week window, a few days on each side of it here. When this energy is very strong going out, and the energy going out is the best time to get things out of your life that don't belong there or that you don't want there. Something that's got control of you or hold of you that you don't want. Maybe something like a bad habit, maybe emotional baggage, a bill that's got to go. That would be something financially, maybe something with health, maybe an eating habit that's got to go. It doesn't matter if it's got to go. The full moon is your best bet to get this change to stick. If any of this has confused you, I've put together a moon cycle cheat sheet. I do it every single month. It is free. It is on the website, guys. You can check it out very easily. It is a little graphic illustration, a tool that you can use so you can kind of see these changes moving in and moving out, so you can align things in your month to it to really get them to stick, implement some great positive changes. Now let's get into your homily. Welcome into your homily for March 2024. Today we're going to be talking about an experiment with rats. This little guy here is going to help give us an example of hope and how important it is for humans to also have hope. So this experiment we're talking about was done at, I think about 1954, at least in the 1950s, from Dr. Kurt Richter. He's a Harvard grad. He is a scientist at Johns Hopkins, and what he studied, what the experiment began with at least, was he wanted to see how long lab rats would last, who are very strong swimmers, by the way, in a bucket of water. So how long they could tread water for until they basically could not do it anymore and passed away. And by today's standards, this would be a cruel experiment. But in the 50s, a very different world back then. And this teaches us a very important lesson. So I'm almost glad that he did this for the sake of humanity learning how important this is. So what he did was he gauged that it was about 15 minutes on average how long the lab rats would last for. And he didn't understand why that was, because rats are very strong swimmers. They can swim. They're documented in science for swimming across large lakes, rivers, all kinds of things that take longer than 15 minutes. So the results weren't matching the real world, the reality of things. And he didn't understand why. So he set out to figure out why, because he started to realize that he thought they were giving up hope. It wasn't about that they couldn't last any longer. He thought that they decided that there was just no way out, no escape. And they literally just gave up, they surrendered. And in which case was their lives. So what he did was he gauged this by testing it, by doing the same experiment, except what changed was when he observed that they were giving up hope, when they were about to just take their last breath and go under the water, he picked them up, he saved them, he brought them up, he corralled them he warmed them back up, he made sure that they're breathing again and, back to normal. I don't know how long of a process that was, if it was a few minutes or, 10 minutes or an hour, I'm not sure what. But once he felt that they were good again, he put them back in that same bucket of water. Nothing else has changed. So what do you think happened? We would expect maybe they're going to last another 15 minutes because that's what they did before. Or maybe they're going to last less because they're a little tired, right, from running around before. But that was not the results, not at all. The results would blow your mind. These results were hours later, not just 15 minutes. In fact, some of these rats swam for 60 hours the second time in the bucket. The only difference is having been saved, having that little glimmer of hope that there is something to aim for here and that you can pull yourself out here. And even though the rat wasn't pulling himself out, he didn't know what was going on. But he did have hope implanted in him from being saved. And that savior mechanism gave him hope to persevere and to keep going. And this was copied over many rats. And it wasn't just one rat who's a marathon swimmer who just could go 60 hours. This was many rats who just kicked the butt of the 15-minute time window, the second go of it, by about 240 times over. So this is a glimmering beacon of hope for humanity, that this is what you can accomplish in your future by having a little bit of hope, by persevering, doing things a little bit longer than you naturally would, by knowing that things are going to change, things are going to improve, things are going to get better. So the question I propose to you is how much longer you can swim for, how much longer you can persevere for, how much harder you would work at this if you knew that you were just this close to getting out of it. If the rat can do it, you certainly can do it. So that is just the power. It's not just the power of positive thinking, because it's beyond that. It's something much more intrinsic, much more spiritual, much deeper. And that is the lesson that this rat teaches us. That's why I wanted to share this experiment with you. It's very interesting to me, very intriguing, and also very profound, because I think this is something that we can all do with proof of how positive the outcomes can be in our lives. So I hope you guys have enjoyed your homily. Hope you've enjoyed the reading as well. I hope you can implement it in March. Hope you have an excellent March. I know you will.
So I guess the fortune teller's right.